Good morning, guys. We are back from another garage sale adventure. This morning we were out at 6 a.m. and there was a garage sale that started at 7 a.m. So in total we spent $90 for everything, and I kind of have it all laid out here. So I'll go through everything, and then after that we're going to go through this box, or these two boxes here, because there are some vintage Christmas items in here. And I kind of took a chance on it. I only saw one glass ornament in it, but there's two boxes full. So we'll dig through that and see if there's any really good ones. As you guys know, some vintage Christmas items can be worth hundreds of dollars, especially old ornaments. So yeah, we'll dig through that one later, but I'll go through all the finds here. So we'll start off over here with this. This was at the first garage sale. It was $20, and it is a Bose Solo TV speaker. I opened it up, and it is actually new in the box. Like, some of the cord in here is actually still sealed, so that is like new. That'll probably sell for around $80 to $100 on eBay or locally, but I thought that was an awesome deal for $20, the first find of the day. At that same garage sale is where we found the vintage Christmas ornaments, and this whole stack was $10. So I'll try to show you some of the ornaments here. You can see they're all vintage Christmas mercury glass ornaments, and there is just so many of them. This was an awesome find this morning. So I love the old box too as well, American made. So sometimes you can find early Christmas ornaments, especially in vintage sets like this, and they are worth hundreds of dollars. But yeah, I thought that was a really good find for $10. And you can see the bottom one is a shiny and bright box. So these are probably worth around $150 for all of them. So that was an awesome find for $10 total. The next item is this vintage Flintstones lunchbox, and I was hoping it had the thermos in it, but it doesn't. But I did a reverse image search on this one. We paid $10 for it, and it is worth around $100 to $150 on eBay. This particular one is from 1962, so it's an earlier one, more desirable, and it's got some great graphics, not too damaged. So yeah, we'll get that listed for probably around $150 and see how it does. The next item is this collection here, and this is an Expo 67 hat. It has the name Ross on it, but it was $5. There's a vintage Walt Disney hat for $5, and then these are, I believe they're called Bradley dolls, Bradley Bright Eye dolls from like the 60s or early 70s, and these were $5 each. These ones sell for around $30 to $50 each on eBay, so I might just lot them up and sell it as a group. But yeah, that was a decent find for $15. The next item was this collection of Christmas or fall decorations, and this was $5 for everything. We're going to use this at our house for decorating, but yeah, you can see each one of those is $9.99, so for $5 that was a decent pickup, and we'll put that to good use. And then over here, we have a collection of vintage, these would be probably around the 90s or early 2000s, Halloween decorations. And it was $5 for the bag full. And this awesome black cat was inside. It looks really cool. So we might use that at home, or we might sell it, not too sure yet. But great find for $5. Up here we have the vintage Christmas ornaments that we have no idea what's inside. I just kind of dug in and picked out one, and it happened to be a glass ornament. So we'll dig through that after, and I'll see what we found. And then there's a small table, plant table. I think Jillian paid $5 for this, and this will probably be used at our house. Found this harp logger hat, and this is going to be one that I keep. It was, I believe, like a quarter or something like that. So this is a coloring book Jillian picked up, and I believe it was $2. And then this is a wobble stool, and I believe this is like a sensory toy, but this was only $5, and I think it's worth around 100 to 125 online. But yeah, that was a great pickup as well. So I'm gonna open up this box shortly, and we'll go through some of the finds in this box together, and hopefully we find some really early Christmas decorations. So I'll talk to you guys in a few. So we are back, guys, with Jillian, and she is going to be our volunteer today to open up all these Christmas ornaments.
Let's see if the ones I found were better.
I think
the ones that he found.
Yeah, I think the ones you found are better.
Let's take a
But
look.
let's see what we got. Vintagey, probably 90s.
Not Hallmark. I thought maybe it was Hallmark.
Another 90s.
Looks like it might be 90s.
Oh yeah, maybe 80s.
Lots of dirty tissues. Yeah. But like you saw that one, right? So you thought it probably would be good.
Yeah, I saw this one first. So, and then this one's from like the 70s.
Just a random pine cone?
That's nice. There's just so many of them, so hopefully we find a few good ones.
Just to have them all individually wrapped and not even breakable? Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one's okay. Nothing fancy.
Decent.
You made it.
Oh yeah. Come on, 60s.
Made in China. I'm gonna say maybe not this one. Oh,
Oh,
On
Santa.
the beach, floating. Oh, there's another one.
Nice. There's a glass one.
That's a good one. Still
So
intact. So
hopefully
that
we
one's
find
good.
a few more of those.
Keep that one.
Yeah.
Separate. You can help me through. This one's 80s. I had this one when I was little. Little cat. 93.
Oh, it's a glass one. 90s.
Yeah, they took real good care of plastic stuff.
Is that a Swarovski?
Swarovski.
I don't think it's Swarovski.
This is very 90s, I think.
Oh yeah. Which is still cool. Oh, that one actually might be older.
Paper towel smells funny.
That's the joy of garage sales, Speed. That one's a nice one. Oh, 90s.
That one's a 90s. Another really dirty napkin.
Man.
I'll just throw that one directly out.
So, bad news, we're getting a lot of 90s ones.
I think it's a bust.
Yeah, I was hoping there's... Oh, there's an early one.
What does it say?
Virgin. Not too sure who that is.
I'm gonna say 90s everything, this box. In plastic.
Maybe the next box will be 70s and 60s. Oh, there's a bird cage. That one's cool. Look at, somebody paid $12.95 for that.
Potpourri. And,
Potpourri. That is the 90s in one little plastic ball.
see? Kitty's first birthday.
Nice. They probably got these at the Eaton Center.
Oh, that was a nice brass bell. That's brass.
Oh yeah, 1993.
But I think it's brass.
Yep.
That's nice.
Gotta keep going. Aw, plastic.
Lots of plastic and really weird stains. Like, not worth wrapping all of them. I'm gonna say this is a bust.
This one is a bust. Maybe.
These are 90s.
Oh yeah.
This box is a bust here.
Oh, is that a Singer sewing machine? That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
We'll set that aside.
Yeah, go to the next box.
Next box. 80s.
Paper. This is 90s and 80s stuff for sure.
Man, I thought we had a gold mine here.
Not today. Yeah, these are all like my childhood 90s stuff.
Sometimes there's... Oh, this is a
Family one? From
family
here.
one, 2013.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's early ones mixed in, so you never know.
1999 Christmas. Some Hallmarks though, right? Some Hallmark ones are worth money.
Yep.
1995.
Is there anything... Is there a present in it? That'd be cool.
A whole bunch of family Christmas stuff they got rid of.
Oh, that one's neat.
It's actually nice, yes.
Look at that. It's a cuckoo clock.
All custom stuff. This one, like a lot of custom stuff. This is definitely a family Christmas tree gift box.
Mm-hmm.
Not a collection box.
Aw.
Cherubs? Is that what those are called? Cherubs?
Yep.
Lots of them guys here.
This might be all.
90s.
So you need to find the 2 turtle doves. Just like in Home Alone 2. Oh, there's one. 2 turtle doves. And give one to your partner.
Mm-hmm. You always think of it. Ugh.
This is the joy of digging through Christmas.
I'm in my house. It's gross. It's okay. This is not so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna say this was a bust.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. They took a lot of time to wrap everything up too.
Yeah. So I couldn't really just dig through everything. I had to buy the whole box. Oh, there's the other turtle dove.
Where do you see it in that one?
We're going to keep these as a memento of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Mm. Oh, gingerbread.
Moldy. Lovely. Ian, throw that out.
No, we're going to have a competition to see who can... Yep. Somebody worked really hard on that.
We are going to have a good donation to the Goodwill here.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did find a couple cool ones. Any? Oh, these ones are heavy. 90s Angel.
It's really not a win, I don't think.
No.
It sucks.
Well, there's a couple decent ones.
Like the 3 that you saw. Like just the
Yeah.
ones that you actually opened up.
Maybe just the ones that were on top.
Which is crazy.
Okay. Yep. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get some stuff listed, and I will let you know what sells. Talk to you in a bit. Good morning, guys. We are back again, and I am just about to go check out an estate collection. I have that booked for probably in the next 10 minutes, and then I have to go out and pick up items from the auction. So I did bid on a whole bunch of stuff last night, and I think we're going to do really well with the stuff from the auction. So anyways, I'll let you guys know if I find anything with this estate collection that I'm going to check out, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit once I get everything sorted out. So Okay, so we're back from the estate buys, and I have to say it was a really great success. So basically, the 2 executors of the estate were getting ready to sell a whole bunch of stuff, and when I showed up, I realized it's actually in an old Victorian house. So this house was built in the 1890s, and I have to say, when I walked inside, it was like walking through a time machine. Everything was original. They still had the old knob and tube on the walls, but they did replace the other electrical, like with new electrical, but the old knob and tube was still there. They had an old potbelly stove and all the original furnishings from the house. It was honestly like nothing had changed in 100 years. Really cool time. And they allowed me to look through and find some cool stuff to buy. So I'll start by saying I paid $200 for everything, and we did find some really cool stuff. Maybe I'll start over here with this. So this little stool was, I found it when I was actually just about to leave, but I think this is a Fergus, I believe it's called a Fergus stool, but it is a vintage stool and it is really nice. I think that might actually go in my shop, but I thought this was amazing. You know, and I think there's not too many of them like that with that vintage look. So that was one of the buys. Now we'll go over here. This is a antique, probably 1920s, early 1930s. I believe it's called a motion lamp, and it does light up. I did plug it in for a second, and there's a little motion, like a little motor inside that turns like a wheel, and it creates the illusion of the ship moving in the water. The little wheel is not working right now. Maybe I can get it to work at some point, but I thought that was really cool as well. The next item here is a vintage set of, these are leg protectors for riding a motorcycle, And she said that her father was a delivery driver and he delivered checks, I believe, and he rode a motorcycle. So these were his, probably 1920s, 1930s era. Really cool. They just look amazing. So I had to grab those. Next we have a vintage toy, and you can see it says U.S. Marine Corps mess kit. This would have been a child's toy from probably around the early 60s or 50s, but it's still on the packaging. So I thought that was pretty cool. That'll probably sell for around $25, but nonetheless, I think somebody will think that's cool. And we have some vintage or some antique glasses, and I believe these are gold filled, but some people do collect these. Actually, with some different types of glasses, people replace the glass with their prescription in it and then just wear them as is. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and she was okay with separating with them. The next item with that was this Gillette razor kit. This is probably from the 1930s, and it's complete, and I believe that'll sell for just over $80 to $100. So you can see how we're starting to make our money back with some of these items. There's a big collector market for razors. So if you're ever out hunting and you see, sets like this, especially if they have the original box, that could be worth picking up. So it's worth looking into. And then along with that, there was this Hohner, Echo Hohner harmonica, and really nice early piece. Funny story about harmonicas. I actually did a lot of metal detecting a couple years back, and I would always find harmonica reeds underneath trees. And yeah, people would play their harmonica underneath a tree, and then I don't know what happened, if they would just break or what happened, but yeah, I would always find harmonica reeds, something kind of from the past that a lot of people used to do, but don't really do too much anymore. We have a vintage flashlight. I just grabbed that because it kind of looked cool, probably from like the 1930s or 40s. And then here, I'll show you this. This is a World's Fair, so movie views, and it's actually from the World's Fair in New York, 1939 World's Fair, and I'll see if I can get it open for you here. Might take two hands to get it open. Just one second. There it is. So you can see it's complete. It's got the little viewers in it, and I believe this will sell for around $80 to $100 on eBay as well. And it is nice and small as well. There were other little souvenirs from the World's Fair. So I'm going to say they probably visited the World's Fair back in 1939. There was a few other things there as well from that time period, or from that event. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Anything World's Fair, especially the early ones, 1939 was a really nice one because it was in the United States. Yeah, people do collect a lot of that stuff. Next we have an Ainsley teacup and saucer, and I haven't been able to find a compared listing for this one. This one's a Paragon, and it should sell for around $50 to $60. So there was a whole bunch of teacups and saucers, and those are the only two that I picked up. I thought they were probably the best. And then Amco transmission, just a vintage Federal coffee mug, probably worth about $20. So I'll get some stuff out of the way here. And other things, just some vintage ephemera. When the golden sun is sinking and your mind from troubles free, when of others you are thinking, will you sometimes think of me? So that was kind of cool, kind of vintage looking, and it is missing the little strap there. I'll have to find something to replace that. This looks like a photograph book, and I don't think it was ever used. It Still got the photo corners in it. So yeah, thought that was pretty cool. Probably from the 1920s era. A lot of the stuff in the house, it looked like it was untouched from that time period. So yeah, I thought that was cool. So this is a Dodge advertisement. The new Dodge is actually 1 foot longer than the largest selling competitor. So I'm gonna say this is probably from like the 70s. I'm guessing just based on the size of the cars that came out in the 70s. I actually had a Plymouth Fury, and yeah, it was almost 20 feet long. Barely fit in the garage. It was a big boat, but let's see what else we have here. Just a tiny tray. I wasn't able to find any compare listings on this. Just kind of thought it was cool. And some local ephemera. So here's a map of Sarnia. And oh, here's another item from the World's Fair. Kind of like a vintage advertising piece. So that might sell very well. I'm not too sure. Might just package them all together and sell it as a group on eBay. And then, yeah, there's some vintage ephemera from local companies. A lot of which are not around anymore. But I thought because they're local, they may have a collector's market here in town. This one's from the United States, Westinghouse. I like the graphics on these, just really cool. And I like that they are from local stores. So they're definitely worth saving. These would have had calendars on them at one time. So I could say that hardware store is not around anymore. RBC, Royal Bank of Canada. Probably from the World War II era. And Wilson's Music Store. So we'll move over here and I'll show you some of this stuff. So there's some more vintage posters, local map, and another map. I think this is just a reprint. Other than that, we had some vintage cards. These are unused, so we'll probably just use them. Kind of different. And this is an old umbrella in the box. And a lot of the photos of the family, they're kind of at the end of the line for their family. So they can't really pass them on to anyone. So I believe her grandmother or something along those lines is in this photo. And this is from Halifax. So it could be from the university in Halifax. But again, they have no one to pass this stuff on to. So I thought rather than it, get donated or thrown away, it is worth saving. And there may be people that are interested in holding on to this stuff. So other than that, I think that's pretty well it for the afternoon pick. I'll get back to you guys with the stuff from the auction. I just got that stuff unloaded, so yeah, I'll work on getting that set up and I'll show you guys what I found there as well. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so we got all the items from the auction unloaded, and I will start off by saying we spent $276 for everything you see. So hopefully we'll do fairly well with these items. It it was kind of a last minute thing last night. I realized at the last minute that the auction was ending, because usually they end on like a Wednesday, but this time it's kind of different. It was ending on a Monday. So anyways, I was able to get a few bids in, and I'll show you what I found. So we'll start off from the top here. So we got a vintage advertising pen collection. That was $12.50. That is this big, huge bag here. And basically the reason why I bought it was because I was hoping there's some, you know, some nice ink pens in there. Maybe a Bakelite pen or something along those lines. I didn't really see anything too crazy, but I figure for the price, it'll be worth it to, you know, just list it locally. Somebody might be interested in the bag for say like $30 or $40. So yeah, that was $12.50. The next item, HR Boutique Andre Logue woman's overcoat. This was an item that was $5, and it is in this bag right here. I don't know how well it's going to sell. I picked it up because it was $5. I was able to see that this is like a designer, so it could sell very well on eBay. I'm just going to try it and see how it does. So that was kind of worth it for the $5. The next item was the new in-box PlayStation 3 Tony Hawk Ride and Game. So this was $27.50, and you can see it is still new, sealed in the box. PlayStation 3 game. I'm going to try this for around $250 on eBay. It looked like that's what the compared listings were, especially for ones that were still sealed with the game and the board. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a vintage child-sized roll top desk, $12.50. So that's this one over here. I will probably list this locally for around, I don't know, $60 or $80 and see how it does. $12.50 wasn't too bad of a price for that. You can see there's a vintage glass top bistro set with 2 table and 2 chairs, and that was $12.50. That's actually outside right now. I did not realize that it was unraveling, so I don't think I'm going to keep it. It looks like there was some damage to one of the chairs, but yeah, one of the items that I noticed as soon as I bid that the fabric was unraveling, and it's just not worth saving. There was also damage to a chair, so yeah. Probably, I was hoping somebody would bid up on that, but they didn't, so I got stuck with it. The next item, though, was a really good item. Outdoor table and 2 chairs. That was $32.50. So that's these ones here. So I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but a lot of people locally like these bistro sets, especially if they're like a cast metal. So yeah, this, I'm probably going to paint it up and list it for around $200. And that should pay for most of the items that we purchased today. I always watch for these, but they're usually bid up way too high for to be able to purchase. But this set was worth picking up. So the next one was a rotating hat rack that was $10. So that's this one over here. I'm probably going to keep this and put hats on it. And if I do sell it, I'll probably sell it for double what I paid for it. But I do have a lot of hats, so it might be worth it just to keep it. So the next item was a soapstone carving, brass rivets, decor, plates, figures, and tea set from Japan. That ended up being $7.50. That is this box here. There wasn't too much worth saving in there. So the reason why I bought it was obviously because of the carving. And you can see on the bottom, it's got the Eskimo disc number. So this may sell for around $80 to $100 on its own. And then also inside was this amazing pocket watch holder. I don't know if people would know what this is, but yeah, they definitely missed this one. This is probably worth around $80 to $100 on its own on eBay. A lot of people collect pocket watches, and to have like a little display like this is awesome. It's antique. It's probably from, you know, the early 1900s. So that was a really good find along with that. The rest of this stuff, there may be a couple of things I might keep, but a lot of it will go to Goodwill. The next set is the Elgin Americana pocket watch, lighters, assorted costume jewelry. So that would be, I believe, this one. And there was some costume jewelry in here. I'll have to look up and see if there's any. I don't see any name on it. But there was also some gold-filled jewelry, which is always worth saving. I kind of learned that this year, that the gold buyers do buy gold-filled jewelry. So, and I think they pay roughly sterling silver price for it. So that was an awesome pickup. There's a couple vintage lighters. And don't know if this has anything in it. Let's see. No, there's nothing in there. Just a couple cool vintage things. The next item was Burke's brass mantle clock. So that was $22.50. So that would be this one right here. And there was some clocks like this that were selling for around $200 to $300. I'm not too sure if this one will or not, but yeah, for that price, it was definitely worth picking up. The next item is the Burke's brass mantle clock, Swiss made. So it was $15. That was this one. And it's in this little box here. Really cool vintage clock. It'll sit up like that. Let's see if I can just get it to sit. No, maybe not. Can't do it one-handed. But this might sell for around $100 on its own. So I thought that was a really good find. And last but not least, there was the last auction item box was this one. And it had the vintage pens and a couple of other items. This was $30. And the reason why I bought this lot was this pen and pencil set here. So you can see it's a Whale Eversharp Whale pen and pencil set. This will sell for around $150 to $200 on its own. And it does have a gold, they call it a gold nib on the end here. I don't know if I'll be able to get it open. Let me just see here. So it does have a 14 karat gold nib there, but and it is gold filled. But I think the value in this set is because it is a collector's thing. A lot of people collect antique pens and pencils, and this would have been one that would probably go on like a fob, like a pocket watch fob. And you can see even the pencil has the fob connector there. Really cool antique item. And the fact that it has its box with it as well is what makes it really nice. So I think we'll do very well with these items. I'm going to get some stuff put away and I'll get some stuff listed and I will let you guys know what sells. I'll talk to you in a bit.